time to play anti-review, right? Because we're pretty much against everybody on this one. I had a weird weekend. I saw Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and I didn't like it as much as I thought I would. And I saw what you're referring to, Transformers: Age of Extinction, and I liked it more than I thought I would.
I liked it
IMAX,
a lot.
3D.
Oh my God, IMAX 3D is the only way to movie.
It is the best Transformers movie, right?
Yes,
It is.
Yes,
Okay, and
100%.
And I'm a little poisoned because I told you I had the three movies, and I had never watched two of them a second time. I never watched 2 and 3 a second time, and so
Or should you?
Well, but you know me, I like to ramp up to a movie. It's ramp up some. It's summer ramp up, and so we watched 1, 2, and 3, and I was just like so depressed.
He really was depressed.
thing-
I watched them with him. I really liked the first 3 movies. I mean, not like really like, but I will watch them again.
I'll go for the first one again. I
I'll
think
go
I
for the
saw that
first
twice.
one.
I
actually.
don't,
Right, I like
I don't
the first
mind
one.
the other those first.
Yeah,
You have no idea what's going on.
There's something depressing about them.
Are you really wanting to know exactly what's
But
going on?
I was happy to know what was going on in this
That's
new one.
true,
The most
that's
coherent
true.
of the bunch is this fourth
Yeah,
one.
I like
But anyway.
the fourth one. I think one of the great strengths of it is it's a problem that's sort of the very existence of the Transformers mythology, that they exist and that they're made of a substance which has a thing. The whole plot springs from that, and that's the whole plot. Everything is tied into that. Whereas in Transformers, by the third one, I'm standing up in the living room shouting at the TV. Because
Those movies were about Shia LaBeouf.
there's like fucking 25 minutes of Shia LaBeouf getting a job and his girlfriend getting a job and she didn't like his boss, and we're 45 minutes into it. I'm like, what? What are you doing with my what are all these people doing in my Transformers movie? Is what I shouted.
Well, that's when I saw you at the screening. I told you I got ramped up by watching a 20-minute supercut that's online. It's just robots fighting robots. They
that's
cut
a
out
good
one.
from all 3 movies only the scenes where robots fight other robots.
Is it only 20 minutes?
Yeah.
That's all that they could cut together?
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah,
the fourth,
to give you an idea of
this
how
fourth
little
movie
other-
is almost 2 hours and 45 minutes. It's like 2 hours and 12 minutes is just robots fighting.
Lee, do you think you might go see Transformers?
Hey man,
I told you before. The only Transformers I've seen
Are we turning you around to going to see Transformers?
Wait, you don't want to see my movie?
is
let's go, bro. Come on, it's playing everywhere.
I have a daughter in it and everything. It's really cool.
every time I see a Transformer trailer, I want to go see it. But I've never really actually seen a Transformer.
You never seen one of them?
But every time
Don't
I
worry
see
about
a
it.
trailer,
This is the only one you need to see.
every time I see a trailer, I'm like, this looks like it might be the greatest movie I've ever.
It's really cool.
All right, let's tick off the great things about it. First of all, that Transformer that's the assassin. He's like the
Oh,
Boba
super
Fett of Transformers. I forget what they called him, but it's
Face guy.
yes,
Face gun.
awful, terrible,
It's like the government's asset.
terrible.
They
Man,
just-
Yeah.
Scar kill.
No, he
or
had
something.
because Optimus Prime actually knew him. He was like, oh, that guy.
Yeah, yeah,
Not that
he's-
guy.
It's Scar kill. I'm gonna go with that.
Scar kill. So Scar kill's like he's the Boba Fett of the movie, and it's
Face gun
really
boom.
fun. But then the other thing,
Face gun.
face gun boom. The other great thing about it. Well, obviously having Mark Wahlberg there is great.
Yeah.
The fact,
Upgrade.
yeah, the fact that
totally.
and the fact that he finds Optimus Prime and people come looking for it, it's just all tied in. There's no loose ends. The plot generates itself and keeps itself moving, and it is just an efficient storytelling machine. Now, people somehow seem to think this story is invalid, but I say it about those critics that I've heard, because this has got like a 13% tomato meter on that site that uses fruit.
I hate Rotten Tomatoes.
That
I don't know why
uses-
anybody goes and
that
refers to it.
reviews in fruit instead of
I had a
boners.
I had a good idea.
It's a fake fruit at that.
I actually had an interesting thought the other day when I was thinking about dumb movie critics. Anytime you're angry with something, you're much more apt to go complain or write or say something about it
Yes.
than when you're happy.
10 people
happy
complain
people do
for every
not
compliment, yeah.
go on the internet and write how happy they are unless you're a douchebag and you've posted everything to Facebook. But I mean, people who hate stuff, people who don't like stuff, or people who are given an opinion when they shouldn't, quickly run and write how smart their opinion was, and usually it's a bad one.
Let me give you an example, because I went to Rotten Tomatoes and I pulled some of these things.
Fuck these guys.
Yeah, well, I know what you
hate
mean. Yeah,
them so much.
And so, yeah, Rotten Tomatoes is dopey.
Name a
but
movie
the
they've
critics
said is good.
Are what make it
Well,
dopey.
no,
of
they'll
course.
get 98% behind something, and it will be good, but, you know.
And I want to make this a segment sometime where we go on this even longer, but where we goof on these critics. because they
reviewing
gotta
the
come.
critics.
Yeah.
They need to be reviewed.
Critics of the
Let's
critics.
Review the fucking
Here's
critics.
Clayton David's blurb from
Oh, Clayton
awardcircuit.com.
Thank you.
By the way,
I'm
we've
gonna
mentioned
Kevin
this before.
Smith and Jay these guys go beat everybody up. You Clinton Davids?
Just go through these people. You will realize there is no more Roger Ebert. We've talked about
no.
it. There's no one to replace him.
I know.
Oh,
I know.
You mean somebody who actually
And-
thought of a movie?
And is an
I-
accessible writer.
And I have to
Yeah,
say,
wow.
not only do I hate a lot of these reviews, but this comes from a place where I was so happy. Here we are talking about movies because we did this before we pressed record. We would just, this is us, right?
Yeah.
So, and I always thought there would be a democratization of reviewing. There has been a democratization, but it's like everybody's allowed to do
Here's
it.
Clayton's
So-
blurb.
Okay, go ahead.
How dare you, Michael Bay? How dare you?
How dare you? What are you talking about? What Michael Bay have you been watching? Fuck you!
It's a good way to put it. Like,
Right?
What was he expecking Michael Bay to do?
What the hell? Yeah.
Here, Rotten Tomatoes thought you wanted to know the opinion of Kirk Baird of the Toledo Blade, who says, even by the low IQ standards of 3 previous Transformers films, Transformers Age of Extinction is grave and exceptionally stupid, with a plot as bewildering and incoherent as a caffeinated 5-year-old's explanation of the multiverse theory.
Written before he went in.
Yeah, he didn't see that movie.
Because that's
like
the
easiest-
Michael Bay review you give the movie, even whether you saw it or not.
Agreed.
that-
I
Take that day
I have
off.
no idea what happened in Revenge of the Fallen. I have no idea what happened in Dark of the Moon. But I can tell you, this is about
Very
the
simply.
assassin hired by the government to wipe out Autobots after they destroyed Chicago.
Everything, all
and then
Transformers.
you've got like one
And then
love
they-
subplot and something else. That's
Yeah,
it.
And Stanley
That's it.
Tucci
Stanley
invents
Tucci's
new Transformers,
great, by the way.
which are the bad
Just
guys.
great. Stanley Tucci should be in everything.
There's an upgrade,
great.
right?
He's so good. He was so funny through the whole movie consistently.
You know what else gets an upgrade is the comic performances. Because
Yeah, T.J. Miller should get a huge
T.J.
nod.
Miller, Tom Lennon.
Oh, Tom Lennon was great
very
too.
funny in it.
Even Kelsey Grammer added some
Kelsey Grammer's
gravitas.
great. Absolutely.
Gravitas.
And even Stanley Tucci's funny.
And John Goodman voicing
Yeah,
one, of
John
the,
Goodman.
Hound.
one of the Transformers is better than the we'll step and fetch it thing they
Oh,
got in trouble
absolutely.
for.
The horrible voices.
Still in there
from-
a little bit. The little,
Now, in one of these reviews I read, okay, and because I thought the Autobots were really well formed. There was the guy that was the guy that's ready to get in there and kick ass, and then there's the heavy hitter like
Yeah.
John Goodman, and then there's the samurai guy who turns into a
I
nice
still
sleek
don't
car.
get why they have nationalities, but keep going.
Yeah,
I didn't get that in the first movie
but-
when they were like talk kind of like blaxploitation and like it was so weird. I don't.
but in another review, clearly written before the movie, of course, he said, "Oh, and it wouldn't be a Transformers movie without some racist representation, like Ken Watanabe as the samurai car." Well, you're allowed to be a samurai.
Yeah, yeah, that's
especially if
not-
you're Asian.
how many
Yeah,
cars
yeah.
are Japanese?
Yeah.
like most of them.
Well, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
To those who say rape culture is a myth,
Oh,
we say
Jesus
behold
Christ.
Transformers
Jesus.
4, says Tara Brady of the Irish
She
Times.
didn't watch this movie either.
Who gets raped in the movie?
I don't-
In the summer movie, I don't remember rape.
The
Oh, rape?
viewer? I don't know what she's trying to say.
mentioned rape twice.
The
I like rape.
I think she's
I think
talking
you
about the
mentioned rape
Purge.
here's where Transformers succeeds, and this is my grand theory that I've come up with by reading reviews like this. You are watching the movie wrong. There's a right way to watch a movie, right? These guys are watching the movie wrong. You know, I mean, there's a way to watch the movie where, I mean, it never claims to be something that it doesn't fulfill. These are critics. These are the sort of critics that would criticize
Was
a
it Bad
sculpture.
Boys 2 that
Would criticize a sculpture for not being a painting.
Yeah,
Like, how do you like this sculpture? It's not a painting. Well, all right, but as a sculpture goes, is it a sculpture? Because it's a Michael Bay movie. Does it succeed at being and by the way, Michael Bay, nobody makes Michael Bay movies anymore. He's the only one left. Now, when he came out, that was everything. Bruckheimer, there was Con Air, all this shit.
Tony Scott.
And they all sort of looked trashy, and he wasn't very good at making them. I didn't think at the time. I don't like Armageddon. I don't think that's a very good movie, and I don't even appreciate it on a
Really?
Michael Bay level. Not that much. That movie's bullshit.
Which one?
I cry
Whereas Bad
every
Boys-
time at
Bad
the
Boys
end.
listed
I
a
cried
bunch. I
at the
forgot
end
which
of
one.
it.
Armageddon.
Oh, Armageddon.
Come on, when
Whereas
Bruce
Bad
Willis,
Boys 2 is
Bruce Willis
great.
sends Ben Affleck up, you're not shedding a tear when he's like, "No, you're letting him go take care of my daughter."
Paul and I did play the Michael Bay.
You know what I'm talking about. I shed a tear every time. Maybe you were just that's like your Adam Sandler age when that came out. What year was that? 99.
Look, I was of an age to appreciate Armageddon. I just didn't.
No, we were going to say we did play the American
did-
flag drinking game.
We did the
Oh, that's a
Michael
good
Bay
one.
game is you drink, and I'm going to do this when this comes out. This is the perfect one for it. First of all, you salute and drink every time you see a flag. You're going to get drunk already on that.
They're everywhere.
Are they really?
You're going to drink
In
every time.
Transformers
Every
4?
time the sun sets, drink.
Oh, great!
Every time someone is seen from a low angle, drink.
I'm drunk already.
Every time you see slow motion, drink.
I can
Boom.
think of, like,
That's it. That's the Michael Bay
after
game.
you're going to be dead after Transformers 4.
Oh, I can't wait to play that.